When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thank you for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Look who's in the house.
Woo! What's going on, baby?
Dougie Fresh in the house.
In the house, baby. Oh, I don't like it when you're rattled. You had all kinds of, you're concentrating on the board. It wasn't working. I didn't even get a hug, and you just focused,
sorry,
dialed
buddy.
in. We didn't even think we were going to do it. Patience, my friend.
So many things going on.
I tell you.
And there was somebody else that was running some equipment in this morning, sort of getting trained to be a producer of
He's doing a good job.
podcasts. He did a great job. He did a really great job. And then I think the app that we use that the cameras run through updated, and according to the internet, that is what happened. And what they don't give you any, like,
too bad you didn't have those updates on people, like to bring them into the 21st century with manners and courtesy.
So,
like, hey, you know what, buddy? I'm sorry. You just need a reboot. We need to refresh you because we need to update you.
That's so funny. So it was really kind of frustrating, but overall, Dougie, it's good. How are things with Dougie Fresh?
Oh man, it's a roller coaster of life going on. I finally got my car back.
Okay.
After 5.5 weeks of not being able to Uber. I actually had to rent a car to Uber last week. They gave me a Dodge Charger. So
yeah, how was that?
Money. It was nice, but you have to pay $330. So you got to drive your balls off to make a profit. Really.
Right.
So, and sadly to say, Monday, my cat passed away.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Oh.
I didn't put anything on Facebook, but she wasn't doing good. Her name is Rosie. She was a rescue from a landlord I knew.
Yeah.
And she went to one house, and this woman had a bunch of pets, and the dogs weren't getting along with it. And I already knew the cat was lovable. So we were a good mix, but she stopped eating and drinking like the past week and a half. Tried different foods and looking on the internet and asking friends, maybe it's just a phase, but she kept getting weaker and weaker. So her legs weren't really working to try to get out of her bed. Mm-hmm. That's what she wasn't going to the bathroom and getting weaker. I'm not going to take to the vet.
You didn't take her to the vet?
No. I mean, just to see what's wrong. I mean, you can tell when an animal's coming to its end.
So how did the death go? Did you
the past few, let's say,
hit it over the head with a hammer?
No, I
don't know.
Oh my gosh, you're terrible. So when I put my recliner in, you can hear the feet go up, and that was usually her call to come in, knowing it's cuddle time. So a couple times I heard her bell go, but her legs weren't working to come in the living room. So Monday, I heard a couple whines from the kitchen where her bed was. And she couldn't move her arm to get comfortable. So I got her blanket. I put her on the blanket. I put her on my lap. This was at 4:00, and I just petted her and brushed her all day. And she went, and she passed away at about 11:00. Took her last breath. And
with you?
Yeah.
You just holding it there?
Yeah.
Wow, that's devastating.
Well, I didn't take her lollipop. They said, well, if we think we can save her, we will, but you don't get her back. And I'm like,
why?
Because maybe they think you're a bad pet parent or something, or they'll get her somebody else. I'm like, well, I'm not going to give her to strangers. I mean, if you can help, you can help. But if not, And then I was thinking, as she was gasping, taking her to the emergency vet in East Rochester and having her put down. But at that point, does she have half an hour, 2 hours? You know what? So I'm like, look, you know what? She felt love in this house. She's dying with me.
Yeah.
And she did. And I had I don't want to say a coffin, but a box. And I cut some stuff. What is wrong with you?
What?
Have you ever had a pet?
I've had several.
Okay, so I had some old blankets that were clean in the basement, and I just cut them up like a bedding, and then I laid her in there and put her to peace. And then I took her to Pets at Peace in Webster the next day on Empire Boulevard. And they were very nice.
What did they do?
I cremated her.
Okay, and you have the ashes?
No, I'm not getting it back.
Okay.
No, I kept her collar.
And that was the only living thing that in your life that thought you were crushing it. I mean,
true,
right? That's the only
true, right?
You were just crushing it. Oh wow, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, well, that's a pet. They're great. I mean, we were a good fit for each other.
Sure,
she wasn't happy there.
That pet was your landlord, your therapist, your best friend.
Oh yeah, she loved. She was spoiled.
Yeah.
She didn't play a lot, but treats and food, and I mean, obviously food, but. Sometimes get a little fancy with some tuna fish if I'm making, sandwich. Here you go. Of course you can have some.
It's kind of hard now to come home to the silence, I would think.
It is. That is the weirdest part. Sure. Thinking you're going to hear that bell coming around the corner.
It's like most of your relationships. They go silent after a while.
Oh, yeah. They're not pets and peas. You got to call the daughter like, hey, I'm a friend of your mom's. Well, how good a friend? Oh, pretty good. Your mom's here if you want to come pick her up. You might want 5 other friends to come with you.
There's no other, there's no one else in the house to ignore you now.
Right.
I mean, that's a tough thing. Are you going to find another one?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Okay. No?
I think it was too tough when I dog sit to come back and forth and make sure she has enough. Pets are a big commitment, I think.
Do you know how, well, they are. You are absolutely right. When people say the pet is a member of the family, they're absolutely telling the truth because it requires that much, and you're a shitty pet owner if you don't. Right? It really needs to be integrated in the family. It needs to almost be treated like another child if you have children or whatever, because I mean, yes, I used to go because I remember somebody saying to me when my kids were, "Hey, man, I know what you're going through. I just got a puppy," and I would get
totally different.
I would get so pissed off because I'm like, yeah, so I can let my baby out in the backyard to take a shit and it runs back in after 4 weeks old or whatever. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's not. But in a way, if you integrate it into the family, the kids come to love it. It gives them responsibility if done correctly.
Right.
It teaches them things. And
teaches them life and death.
Well, I was just thinking I
think a pet more so than a fish or a bird, maybe.
Yes, because I remember when my older boys were little, they had a fish. They called him Hamish after some character on SpongeBob. Not SpongeBob. Bob the Builder. It was Hamish. I couldn't.
Hamish the fish. You don't think he got picked out in that fishbowl? Hey, Bob, Carl. You get a load of Hamish over here.
So
what are you, a Jewish fish?
That's right.
He doesn't swim on the Sabbath.
So I go, and then one day I come down. It's the only fish. It's in a fish bowl. It's on the kitchen counter. That had the pass. It was open kitchen to the dining room and all. And they all of a sudden they're waking me up, Dad. Now Hamish is upside down floating. Daddy, turn Hamish on. I go, what?
How old were they?
Like 3.
Oh.
You gotta. Can you put new batteries in them? And
that's what they were asking.
Yeah,
really?
because they didn't. To them, it wasn't a dog. It was something they looked at that they couldn't play with. So to them, it was like a toy. I thought it was. So then my wife did a big deal of, well, we have to teach them about life and death. And so we wound up going to a stream and letting Hamish go off. It was the weirdest thing to me because I just was like, just fucking flush it down the toilet. It's a fish. I don't get it. So, but
in the eyes of God, ashes, dust to dust, fish to a stream.
I'm going, what the fuck?
Hamish was with us for 7 months. No one, and I mean no one, can say a bad word about this fish.
I'm going, what the fuck? So then years later, we moved to a house. We had a yard. We had all this stuff out of the condo now. And
did you put on a tie for Hamish's funeral?
I didn't do anything. I don't even remember. I was like, I remember being like pissed.
I bet.
This is what
we really? Did you ask your wife? Are we really doing this? Are we really?
I couldn't fucking believe
kids in the car and finding a stream and doing this.
Yes, and we did.
Did she read a Bible verse?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't
You're
remember.
Blocking that out of your mind.
I don't remember how it went down. I just remember that it went down, and I knew.
Did she read from Genesis?
I knew what the. The purpose was to try to show them this is where fish come from. It was an attempt to teach something, but I wasn't buying in. So therefore, I think I might have ruined it, quite possibly, because I could get a shitty attitude kind of quickly. And that's my fault. I really don't blame her. Now, years later, because you said, and this is the first image that popped into my head when you said, have you ever had a pet? I've had pets all my life, growing up and everything. But there was a dog, and probably one of my favorite pets of all time, and it was a boxer named Bailey. And
of course, an Irish tree.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I think if it's got sick and we had the cancer removed from the neck, and then all of a sudden they're like, there's really not much more we can do. It came back.
We got our money from the cancer, and now we could have told you this before, but
well, they did say like this is probably only going to extend her life maybe a year, but we decided to do it more, and more for the boys, right?
Right.
So I will never, ever, ever forget the image when we took her to put her down, because there's just, at this point now, it's nothing, and you just don't want to see the dog suffer.
Oh, right.
And I remember my oldest son went, and he at that time had to be somewhere around 11 or 12, and he just sat there holding her as she passed away, because they had given her the stuff, and he was up against the wall. I had to leave the room. I couldn't stay. Yeah,
I'm sure you were bawling.
Oh, well, yeah. It was more because of that,
right?
Watching him go through this, and I don't even remember if we, in any way, talked about it in a proper way. I'm sure my wife did, but I don't think I did. I don't know that I could have at my moment. I was really upset. But that's the tough part.
They put the injection in, dog's dead. Okay, who wants French fries?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of.
I do, Dad.
When it comes to home improvement, you've got choices. Let's say there's a hole in the bedroom wall, and somehow nobody in the house knows how it got there. You could fix it. I mean, there's always YouTube, right? But 3 hours later, it's going to look like a patch job. Not even a good patch job. And how about that leak under the kitchen sink? Yeah, you said you'd get to it, and that was, 2.5, 3 months ago? If we're being honest, we all have that list. The one where deep down, you're not totally sure you've got the skills to pull it off. If it's my list, I'm calling Mac of all trades. Holes in the wall? Handled. Leaky sinks? Done. Full kitchen remodel? Yeah, they got that too. And hey, warmer weather's coming. How's that deck looking? Need it extended? Rebuilt? Outdoor patio? Don't be a deckhead. Call Mac of all trades. 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. And you can see all they do online at macofalltrades.net. They'll handle it, so you don't have to. So, Tiger Woods.
Who?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I think only 50 people at the bar asked me if there's an update on Tiger, and I kept saying,
really?
No. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Once he came, because where I work, he just has a golf channel on.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, during the bottom of the thing, Tiger Woods involved in a rollover and DUI. So people would go in and out, eating dinner and coming back. Any update on Tiger? I'm like, no, there's not going to be an update. This is a big story, and nobody's going to know anything for the next few days. But
right.
How that multi-millionaire doesn't have enough money to have even Dougie Fresh. Doug, move down to Florida. Be my personal driver. I'll pay you $1,000 a day.
Believe it or not, there are probably people, and I know this is airing later, that may not completely know. He trying to pass a truck on a narrow road, car flips. He climbs out, no injuries. Police say he showed signs of impairment. Here's the twist: breathalyzer 0.00.
Oh,
let me say it again: breathalyzer 0.00. They suspect medication. He refuses a urine test, therefore is arrested because Florida's different. I guess they do a urine test right on the side of the road.
Jupiter.
Arrested for, high end. Arrested for DUI, held for 8 hours, released, nobody hurt. But the cops are flat out saying this could have been worse. And now the internet does what the internet does, blame Tiger, question Tiger, judge Tiger. I heard Mike Wilbon or whatever his name is on ESPN going on about how bad this is with Tiger, and we would think he would learn his lesson and all this stuff. And it's been bad. And I'm going, I see this differently. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I see it differently. I'm going, this isn't just a guy messing up. This is a guy who had to apologize for cheating to the world.
And the Masters, correct?
I don't know, but he had a press conference for the world. There was a press conference where he walked up to a podium.
Brian Gumbel was talking about this. I watched the Tiger Woods. It was on his biography. Okay. And the Masters, he apologized there to his mother and everybody. And Brian Gumbel's like, fuck you. He goes, I wouldn't apologize. Why are you?
This is my point. This is my point. I don't know where it was. I don't know. I just remember watching it. Mm-hmm. There was a room.
That's where it was.
Filled with hundreds of people. His mother in the front row. And he walks up to a podium. I've never, ever, ever, ever seen anybody have to do this. He apologized to the entire planet. I mean, it was like a parole hearing to me. Like, it was his mom right there. And he has lived under a microscope since he's been...
Oh, it's terrible.
2 years old.
Yeah.
You know? And what I'm thinking is, we don't actually know what normal looks like for Tiger.
No.
I just don't. And because I don't know that he's ever had a normal. I really don't. Now, I agree. Driving drunk or impaired is absolutely the last thing you should be doing in 2026, especially.
For anybody. But especially if you have that kind of money, just get a personal driver. But maybe have a bodyguard.
He's a bad driver, apparently.
Apparently.
But look, I said for years that accident that happened when he was racing out of somewhere in California going through the canyons and he went off the mountain, right?
Yeah.
And that they should have taken that Hyundai Gemini, because it was the Hyundai Gemini class or whatever it was named after the car. So they brought the car. They should have taken that beat up car and put it on display fucking everywhere for every golf tournament they did to go, this guy walked away. This is how safe our car is. Here's what he did. Here's where he went. He walked away because of our safety standards. I mean, I got to think that there. Everybody said, I don't know how he survived that.
Right.
Going down. I mean, they needed a crane to come in and get the fucking car out of there. I was like, you should have absolutely done that. And I say, how has this not happened more often?
If he's that bad a driver?
Not with that he's that bad a driver, but
if he's on drugs or popping pills or whatever it is?
With everything. Right. You know, because people instantly go, and we've said it here, right? He should know better. He's done this before. What an idiot. And I go, I don't know. This is complicated. He blew a 0.00. Did he take a muscle? He wouldn't take a urine test. Yeah. I mean, it's like everybody tells you not to. So
don't blow or you're getting arrested.
Right. And he did. So now they're like, well,
look,
urine test. I go, okay.
If you're getting pills, whoever's selling to you, hey, you can blow, but don't take a urine sample because he had to ask some questions.
I don't think that.
I mean, if you're at a bar, Bill, and you have 2 beers the first hour, then 1 beer every hour after that, by law and weight, you should be okay to drive.
Sure.
We know that.
Yeah. Right.
From years of.
Right. I don't think anybody's selling Tiger illegal pills. I would find that really hard to believe. I think that Tiger probably has still, I mean, the guy's held together by titanium and duct tape these days. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I thought he was going to play in the Masters.
Well, he was talking about it. But, I mean, he even said...
It's amazing how many guys get their dick hard from thinking Tiger's coming back.
Yes!
That's my guy!
Yes,
he's going to do it!
Yes.
He's coming back!
Because we all want to see the hero. We all want to see the hero. I mean, and that to me is like kind of the whole angle with this story. We don't want nuance in a story. We want a villain. We want a headline. We want a hero. That's what we want. Somewhere in there...
Everybody's waiting for Charlie Woods.
Yes.
To play.
Oh, sure.
And he's going to be just as great as his father, but you can't replicate it. I mean, I hope he wins 12 championships. I have nothing bad to say, but when Tiger came out, it was just
Yes,
Boom.
it was.
You know, and everybody.
It was.
I wasn't on the Tiger band.
But the thing is, like, Tiger doesn't fit into any of these categories anymore. He's not the hero. He's not really a villain ever, I guess.
Be. I mean, Tom Watson, his last 10 years, you know, when he was in the running for a championship, people rallied for him, because it was like your father, your grandfather winning.
Right.
And it wasn't that often, too. And all of a sudden, Tom Watson, I know that name.
Yeah.
I watched him for 40 years.
Sure.
He's -4. He's tied for the lead.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we're not doing anything tomorrow. No, my father's 80th birthday. No, we're watching it here tomorrow. I'm not leaving the house. I mean, yeah, stuff like that. I mean, if John Daly came back, was on the Masters or something that.
Sure.
I mean,
it would be the same thing.
Yeah.
Look, I just think
it's just what you root around, right?
Right. But Tiger has had it 100%. And it's also the fact that we're getting older. So to see one of the guys who was young and do it as an older guy.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's it. But we're talking about a guy who's had more surgeries, more comebacks, and more apologies than any human being.
If you haven't watched
that
that biography on Tiger, it's on HBO, I believe, and it is impressive.
Yeah.
But that apology was at the Masters after he got caught cheating and everything. His mother and
wherever it was, I just remember that it was like
I was watching it.
Okay,
I was surprised that Brian Gumbel was
here's my point.
against it so much, and I couldn't agree more.
My point just being like where it happened, I don't know. All I know is that it was an apology on, like, they broke away from daytime programming to go to this press conference. Okay. And I'm saying, and to myself, I'm going, no human being has had to do that. The fucking Catholic Church hasn't done that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
So that's my point, is like, this guy, we have no idea. That's why I go, it's complicated. And look, the internet, it's very easy. And everybody's going to agree. I mean, the guys on ESPN, everybody, he's shouldn't have done
this.
He's
news.
Well, he's a headline.
Right, absolutely.
But
for so long, and like you say, he doesn't know what normalcy is.
Well, the thing is, like, to me, this is, we act like him making a bad decision is amazing, and I'm going.
Well, same with Justin Timberlake. I mean, don't.
Yes.
You know.
Well, that one, but he was drunk or at the point. So here we got a guy who blew 0 on the breathalyzer. And I don't know. The thing that I mean, look, Tiger's like, you know what would be great with being the most famous athlete in the world? How about a secret second life? And when he was fucking all these other women. You know what I mean? Okay, so we got a guy who is open to bad decisions already, is kind of the...
well, I know he should never have got married. I mean, he's the most popular guy in the world. And they had 13 women on Jay Leno, and they came out with 50 more. I mean...
Yeah,
that's not even scratching the top of what
there was like 60-something women at the end that we know of, but
the most popular guy in the world. I mean,
but we're going this. But my point is, we don't think he makes bad decisions.
No, I'm not thinking.
And I'm
that.
going. This is where we draw the line now. And he didn't. It wasn't drunk. So could it be that he had medication and didn't realize what it was going to do to him? Did he take something that I have no idea?
I'm sure his lawyer will explain everything that he should say.
I'm sure. Of course. And at the scene, they said he seemed lethargic. And again, it's a very similar mugshot to the mugshot that when he last got arrested. I think there was another arrest. It's not that far from the mugshot where Elon had put a golf club or something through the back of the window. Remember, she fucking hit that.
There was rumors that she knocked his teeth out. That's why you didn't see him for 6 months.
Yeah, right. But I mean, what do we know about Tiger Woods? There's been lots of surgeries.
He's a good golfer.
There's screws.
He gets slayed a lot.
There's titanium.
He's won the Masters.
There's whatever CVS had behind the counter that's holding him together. And I mean, it's almost like the man isn't injured anymore. He's assembled. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Look, I don't want to be the guy that's defending Tiger. He could have killed somebody, right? That could have happened. You misjudged going around that turn, or let's say there's someone on a bicycle that you're not seeing as you go around the truck. Any number of these, and that matters. But if you think this is just a guy making a bad choice, that's where I go. you're missing the bigger story, because the real question is, what does life look like when you've never been allowed to really be human? And I don't know how this guy has just goes through life. I don't know how he walks around. You watch.
I don't think he does walk around, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't think so either.
That's why he's on that private property. I mean, you might know a neighbor or two, but.
And I don't know where he was or where he was coming from. Right. It could have been, it could have been the clubhouse of the property that he lives on. Mm-hmm. They have, sometimes those developments have those and whatever, and probably some kind of medication. But I go, man, we just fucking, and I don't know why. I don't want to beat him up for some reason. And like I said, somebody could have been seriously injured, not just Tiger.
Somebody asked last night, what do you think? I'm like, it doesn't matter what I think. It happened in Florida. It didn't affect me. He's obviously very high profile, but if you would have found out that he took a limo home and had drugs, I wasn't coherent to drive and I decided to take a limo home, I would have been applauding for him.
Right.
If you want to come over and come out with that.
Hey, if you've been thinking about checking out recreational cannabis in Monroe County, stop thinking and start visiting my buds over at MJ Dispensary. They were the first recreational cannabis destination in the county. That's right, the OG spot. And trust me, they know their stuff. I was at their summer event, and I was blown away by how educated and on top of it their bud tenders are. I mean, these aren't just people handing you a bag. They're like the Google of cannabis, but way friendlier and without the pop-up ads. Whether you're looking for edibles, vapes, concentrates, pre-rolls, or just something that helps you relax, sleep, or deal with pain, MJ Dispensary has it all. And the best part, they'll guide you so you don't leave looking like you just picked random snacks at 3 a.m. Now, maybe you're in it for the fun side, maybe you're in it for the wellness side. It doesn't matter. They've got you covered. And here's a bonus. Delivery. That's right. From Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and even on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., they'll bring the goods right to your door, and no judgment if you're in their pajamas. Oh. So, do yourself a favor. Head over to MJ Dispensary, 900 Jefferson Road, Suite 902 in Henrietta, or check them out online at mjdispensary585.com. There is a pastor in South Africa.
A pastor.
A pastor.
Pastor.
Pastor
Priest.
of a church, yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Who claims he heals people through faith.
Okay. How's he do it?
Including sitting on them.
Stop.
And allegedly farting on them.
Yeah, I don't like this story already.
People are lining up, waiting months. But now, some of his own followers are saying, yeah, I came for prayer, not this.
Yeah.
Okay? And to me, that's where it gets interesting. Okay? As a pastor, Pastor Chris Penelope has gone viral for this, for his controversial healing methods. That's what it is. Some members have spoken out, saying they came for prayer, not this, and they've even stopped attending. Even other pastors are condemning, saying it isn't biblical and warning people not to be misled. And I don't think people are stupid.
You don't?
Nope. I think that they're desperate. They
need to be healed that much. They believe that a pastor, priest sits on your chest, sits on your face.
Maybe somebody did something.
And farts, and you think I don't know. Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Spirit, excuse me, save this woman from cancer.
I think that they're showing up because they're struggling. I think they're hurting.
Mary, give me your crutches and start walking towards me.
I think there's...
Why? You brought it up.
I know. Right. That's what I'm about to go. They're looking for
Give
something.
Us this day this daily bread and forgive those who trespass against us. And where was I? Trespass?
I think anything that works. I really do. And I go, when life gets hard enough, I really, 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 and you tell me.
Okay, what's he eating before church? Deviled eggs and chocolate milk? Is that? He's not getting gas on those wafers that hang out every Sunday. And for our communion, we like to sing Sue, Mary, and Bob come around with the plates.
I really think that hope gets louder than logic. I think that's why some people turn to selling drugs and shit. They're just
selling drugs or using drugs?
Selling. I think both, but even selling. Like to just go, I got nothing else. I can't get hired. I'm not doing that. Whatever it is. You don't think so? I do, and I just think that hope becomes the hope.
I don't think
something.
that's out of desperation. I believe that's out of laziness.
Sometimes. But I go.
There are so many programs out there. If you have a negative, I'll give you a positive.
Yeah, I know. And if a random guy did this on the street, he'd be arrested.
Absolutely.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
And
but they do it in porn. I mean, they get paid for it. So.
But if you got a title, pastor, leader, man of God.
I mean, now, is that why they call them pews? Sorry.
Doug. Oh. And I go, when you have those titles, people don't hesitate. They rationalize. I really do. I really think
same way you said if you have a white coat on, you don't question it. Because,
exactly.
Right.
Because they're the ones
if there's somebody to be questioned, it should be.
We want to talk about this guy, right? Absurd. Yeah. Absurd that he's farting. But please, somebody look at the Catholic Church. Priests were seen as almost deities, human deities. The priest coming over for dinner was a big deal, when my dad was growing up. And the fact that they got away with all this shit, like he couldn't possibly. Father so-and-so he would never do that. That's not right. Because again, it goes back to the titles: pastor, leader, man of God; priest, leader, man of God.
Who are you going to put your trust in?
Exactly. And so
maybe that's what Tiger should be.
Yes.
He should be.
Yeah.
Pastor Woods.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Pastor Woods.
Yeah, I mean, look, some people tolerate it. Some people go, nope, I'm out. And other people are like,
I can't believe there's a line. I just can't believe somebody wouldn't be like, you know what, we'll find. If it's one thing I've heard when it comes to churches, we just didn't like that pastor. We just didn't feel it.
Yeah.
And you change it.
Yeah.
It's a relationship. You want to believe and you want trust and you want to feel good. I mean, that's what church is. And to give you some life lessons, I believe, the 10 Commandments. Do you know all 10 Commandments?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Hold on.
I don't. I mean, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet another man's wife.
I don't like that one. She lived in Spencerport, for Christ's sakes. I mean, when those apostles start filling my gas tank, okay, I'll go to that one.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. And so I think there's a lot of that stuff. But
Charlton has. Oh no,
we don't. Well, this is the time of year you get to watch it, don't you?
I love the 10 Commandments.
I know you do. I just think we don't judge behavior. We judge who's doing
Those shall not have other gods before me.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Thou shalt not make yourself an idol. Thou shalt not take the name Lord in vain, God in vain. Now that one I follow. I don't say GD. Gosh damn, really try that one. Not that I'm Catholic or in a church or anything. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honor your mother and your father. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Well, that one was broken a long time ago, and as often as I could. Hey, if he was taking care of business.
I mean, look, the 10 Commandments had to have if we all lived by them, it would be a nice, safe world. We don't.
Well, there's no
right
drinking and driving on here.
No,
taking pills.
But I think there's things like, you
will not steal. You won't false witness to your neighbor.
Well, false witness.
And you won't covet your neighbor's belongings.
Yeah, including his wife.
Right.
Yeah. Well. I just, I think if the right person says it's meaningful, whatever it is, and I know that it's cult sounding, but look at the number of cults for a while. There are people who stop asking if it's ridiculous and they just go along for the ride. Yep. And as
that
silly
whole thing to be welcome,
you got it
in that circle.
Yeah, yeah. And I think everybody has a breaking point. I really do. I think like I can't take anymore, and here we are. Yeah, fucking fart on me because I can't take this.
Asshole, that's not saving your diabetes. No, excuse me. It might. What if he gets a little too much into the
the thing is,
the
like
Thurman and shits on your chest?
This is what I'm saying. I'm just thinking dingleberries and all this stuff. But I mean,
how long is this line? You have that many farts lined up? You can go
know.
at will?
I don't know. I don't know if you go once a month and then you just eat a ton of shit.
What if you can't go that day? Nobody gets saved? Charlie walks out here. He's still got cancer. You got to wait till next Sunday when the Reverend has gas?
I think we all think we'd walk away immediately, right? We'd walk away immediately.
Absolutely.
Until we're standing in it. And it doesn't
No.
have to, this is an example, but I really think you can
What
make
state is this in?
This is in South Africa. I said it in the beginning.
Oh, I did not hear that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
I only say that because it was part of the story.
I did not hear that.
It's a South African
Not that it makes it any more sense.
No, it doesn't, because human beings are human beings. I think sometimes
there are still tribes out there that do things that are just blow your mind.
Yeah.
Watching the Discovery Channel that you can't turn away from.
Right.
The last one I saw was a tribe, and I think this was in Africa, or maybe it was in Brazil or something. They honor alligators, and I think at 14 or 15 years old, they carve into your body and make tattoos, or not tattoos, but
raised skin, right?
Yeah. And such a horrific procedure, but
they think
takes you into manhood.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that.
Well,
I'll have this guy fart on my chest. Those are my choices.
Look, there are also some things that were healing practices that we're starting to see.
Leeches.
Yeah.
I used to think leeches would suck the bad out of you.
But they still use leeches sometimes in surgeries and things to stop the excessive bleeding and try to put a...
Right now?
Yeah. I think,
modern day world?
I'm pretty sure
really?
that there's been leeches, and I know they were used.
They don't have a suction machine for that?
Well,
really?
Let's see.
Nurse Betty, I need a scalpel and 3 leeches. Oh, here you go, doctor.
Medicinal leeches are used in modern reconstructive and plastic surgery as a specialized FDA-approved medical device to salvage tissue that is at risk of necrosis due to venous congestion. In other words, they're going to suck the blood through those veins that
you
would
think
normally
that's what Demi Moore had?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She looks great.
She looks
they
different.
Are typically employed following microsurgery to reattach digits, fingers, and toes. So if you lost a finger, they put it back. The leech sucking the blood there kind of gets it to the other vein, and so now the reattached finger.
I get you. It keeps the blood flowing where it should be. And okay.
Yeah.
It's almost
ears, noses,
almost a natural thing, I guess.
Yeah. Ears, noses, or lips, where reestablishing
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Venous outflow is more challenging than arterial. Isn't that interesting?
That is very interesting.
I'm just saying, yes, you're right. So there's a practice. Who found that out? The ashwagandha here that's the herb. The Canandaigua tribe or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think more Louisiana, but
maybe. But I'm like, wow, it's crazy. But there's other healing things that they did that are sort of making a comeback. I mean, just simply sitting and breathing is now getting scientific proof that it helps calm you and calm your mind and let you kind of step back. And I mean, that's been one that fuck that meditation shit, fuck you, right? But now they're showing you. I don't know. I'm just saying.
When I'm sitting on my recliner at night and going through the reels and looking at different videos, there is one that has got a ball and it's on a line. It says, breathe in.
Yeah.
And hold it.
Yeah. Breathe out.
Breathe out.
It's box breathing, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
It's called box breathing. Okay. If they have you go for a certain amount of time and then
I think
hold
it's 10 seconds, hold it for 5, let it out. And,
and then at the end.
So I'm watching and I'm like, okay, I'll try this. And you kind of find yourself doing it.
And what do you think?
I enjoy it. Then I forget about it till I see the video again a few days later.
Okay. But I mean, I'm in the moment.
In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Yeah, that's box breathing. That's what it's called. I just
when you're working out.
Yeah. Oh, when you're working out.
Somebody said we were walking in the cold. I don't know when, a couple weeks ago, and it's fucking cold out here. I'm like, well, actually, cold is good for your body. It helps you make new blood. That's why boxers used to train in Colorado and elevated heights.
Yeah, that's where they all did. I mean, the cyclists, everybody.
Yeah.
In Aspen and stuff. You never think you're going to need a personal injury attorney until you do. It's not something you plan for. 1 minute you're just living your life. Next thing you know, you're dealing with an accident, an injury, missed work, and a whole lot of stress you didn't ask for. And here's the truth. Insurance companies, they've got a plan. They know exactly what they're doing. The question is, do you? That's why if it's me, I'm calling Connors and Ferris. They know the system, they know how to fight, and more importantly, they know how to take care of people when things get messy. you're not just a case file to them. They walk you through it step by step and make sure you're not getting pushed around when you're already down. So if life throws you one of those moments, don't try to figure it out alone. Call Connors and Ferris or visit connorsandferris.com with offices in New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. Because when it matters most, you want someone in your corner who actually knows how to win. Connors and Ferris. You bring energy. You do those intros here, right? Mm-hmm. You were a strip club DJ,
yep.
The bartending, the comedy. Those are all these things. But I go, that's your highlight reel. Well, what's Doug like when Doug is not on display? Who are you? Because think about it. Bartending, you're on display.
Yeah.
DJing a wedding,
pretty boring when I'm home.
Isn't that funny?
I like watching movies, whatever catches my.
Yeah. What would you say people get wrong about you? Is there anything?
Yeah. I think when they say you shouldn't feel that way, you're mad. You're mad at me. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I hate when people tell me my feelings.
Right.
Well, you're not saying anything. Well, it doesn't mean I'm mad at you. They misinterpret who I am.
Right.
And like if I'm not joking or laughing, they know that I'm just, just one of those days because I'm usually always joking or laughing.
Right.
And I've tried to tail that back. I don't always have to say something. There doesn't always have to be a joke. But what am I doing at home? I generally watching movies.
Would you say you're more introverted than people would think?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
I'm not always on the go.
Yeah. Because this is sort of, it's a contrast between that fun guy.
I do get stir crazy and cabin fever and wish I'd be outside more.
Okay.
And not so much at a bar anymore because I think that time has passed. But golfing or a casino or doing something. I always seem to want to be doing something. I found this week I was really getting bored without being able to work this week and trying to keep active with cleaning.
So is that the hardest part if you're being real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not being able to be as active as.
Right. I wrote some comedy down this week.
How do you turn or how, I guess the question wouldn't be how do you turn, but how do you not let a negative.
Oh, it's tough. It'll be on my mind.
Yeah.
And I can't get it out of my mind. I wish I could. Some people just let it roll off your back. Yeah, not me. Well, hang on to and dwell on it. But I think because I don't have other things to think about, family, wife, everything. So that's one thing.
Well, do you ever feel stuck?
Oh, I have. Yeah.
Or do you feel like something's coming that's a good thing?
I'm always hoping something's coming. And my friend has said, so you got to get out. You got to go out there and get it.
Because I go, if it happens after midnight, Dougie's Fresh was involved in strip club, DJ, bartender, right, Uber driver, all that stuff.
Like the Eric Clapton song.
But you have a very interesting resume.
I've got a resume.
That's a fucking resume, man.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, what an interesting thing. And I do think that there are people who, they may feel stuck right now or whatever. And I go, well, here's a guy who shows up funny all the time. Like shows up with energy no matter really what's going on. Your cat died.
Well,
that's a hard thing.
It is.
It is. Anybody who has a pet that they genuinely care about and love, they're a liar if they're like, yeah, whatever.
But then I was telling you, one thing I was thinking about as I was driving around and putting it in a comedy act or going to work on it, there is a difference between playing doctor and playing a vet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like nursing a cat or something is, I think, easier maybe than nursing a human. I don't know. Because they can't.
I would say human,
harder,
dog, cat. Well,
harder and they can't tell you what they need, but.
I think more heartfelt or more tears come as the bigger the casket. Mm-hmm. If you bury a gerbil or a hamster or a bird, you flush a fish, then you get up to a cat. Hey, you go downstairs and find an old shoebox and bury sneakers in the backyard. Then you get up to a dog.
Yeah.
Then you got to start making calls and cremation. And, if your kid has a horse, then you got to look for a friend that has a bobcat to fucking take care of that cost.
You do. You got to.
So the bigger the coffin, the bigger the tears.
The And some of it's just the financial of.
Without a doubt, it's terrible. Yeah. You know, the family dog, the family pet. You know, and I think, did I give you a Christmas card? I put Rosie in the Christmas card this year. Yeah. And trust me, I love animals, but also there's a place for animals. Don't bring your dog to the bank.
I know.
Well, you know, PetSmart, they encourage that.
Right, sure, but
I don't know your dog. Your dog doesn't know me, and I love dogs. I'm dog sitting right now.
Don't bring your dog to a bar. They said once, the guy's like, "It's my fuck."
Yeah, it's not your service dog.
It's my wife. And then what are you talking about?
Then that gives a service dog
a bad name.
Absolutely,
I agree with that. I just think people hear the stories of Doug and the funny things and
what they think I'm like. Well, sometimes I'm quiet. Sometimes.
Well, there's just this version of that you're just a guy trying to figure it out, just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. And I just thought that. You just have a slightly more interesting resume than most people.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what, I did an Uber ride last month, and it was from Churchville to the airport. She was visiting her mother, and we had 40 minutes of talking. And, you know, what do you do? I'm like, well, I Uber and bartend. And she goes, I do a podcast. Oh, I DJ weddings. Oh, my gosh. And I run a fundraiser for breast cancer. Oh, wow. And I dog sit. She's like, you know what? I've heard more people having making their way through life doing odd jobs instead of having the corporate job to pay the bills.
I got to tell you, like, I found playing music on the radio so boring.
Yeah.
And I needed to talk and prep and do these things, right? So and I did for a number of years. That was it. It was talk radio for me. And I often, and then out of that would come other things, comedy. And, you know, emceeing gigs and being here and being there. And it was never just being the radio personality. There was all this other stuff that went with it. And I think even now with not that I can't sit still. I can. I could vegetate like any human. But I also feel like when I'm at my best, I have multiple things going on.
Yeah.
I have, you know, the podcast, and we're getting others up and running, and then I'm doing the grad school stuff, and I've got this and I got that, and it's just bing, bing. And I like that. I don't know why. I feel more.
Well, I think it's easier for me when I have more stuff going on to balance those plates.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I can't work, so I can't do this and I can't do that. But I am working, then I'm going to make a list, and I got to do this today.
Right.
You know, I'm driving till 4:00. I'm going to go out and get donations till 6:00, and then I'm going to write some jokes from 7 to 8. And, you know, when you're multitasking, that's what you're used to, and that's what you feel more comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know, not just watching TV all day. I was thinking about it this week. I'm like, I'd go out of my mind if I didn't have a job.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I would go out of my mind if I had a job where I had to punch a clock.
Yeah.
That sometimes I just don't like that. And I don't necessarily like having a job where I have to be.
Well, I look online and I
have to be told what to do.
Right. In Indeed.com. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'd be qualified for.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Right. But it is a gig economy now. So like the dog walking and all that stuff. And you could put, or watching, excuse me, and you could put together a website if you wanted to.
You could put together a website for that. You could put together a website for
You could start your own Facebook page for that. And but even with the website, you could have live cams in certain rooms of your house, you know, on all of them.
Right.
Where you could see the dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want that in your bedroom. You know,
there you go.
And then next thing I know, Doug's on OnlyFans and he's running with some dogs. And he's
only roughs, only wolves.
Dougie Fresh.
Woo!
Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely, anything for you, my friend.
I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time.
Is that my water?